Everybody, Tim here for today's episode of Torchwood, Season 3, Episode 5, Children of Earth Day, Day 5. So, oh my god, it's rough. Like, it was so hard to watch, and, like, everything about this whole episode is just a punch in the stomach. So, we saw the aliens, like, using the kid, but we didn't really understand what they were using them for. And sure enough, it turns out, like, at first it looked almost like they were feeding off of them, but like they keep them alive. I mean, this kid is still a kid after it's been like 60 years. So it's really like what exactly are they doing? And personally, I think that could have been altered a little bit. The fact that they kept them a child kind of throws everything off. Like, I wanted, like, they needed to come back to repopulate their stash or something. But anyways, it turns out that the kids, they're literally using them as a drug to get high off of, because the kids make chemicals and the chemicals feel good. And that's like just the first punch, and you're like, oh my god. And so they start talking about how they're going to get the 10%, and all of the conversations, like, just being like, oh, let's choose the schools that are underperforming because we don't need those kids in the planet and stuff like that. It's just so beyond fucked up. And probably the hardest moment, and the moment that really, like, makes Peter Capaldi shine, is his last scene, because it is wrenching, where the prime minister tells him, like, hey, you're going to have to sacrifice your two daughters as well, so that way it looks like the government had no idea and this is all just random. And Capaldi's just like, what? No. And sure enough, he kills himself, his wife, and his two daughters. Like, he's just like, done. I'm done with this planet. I'm done with everything. And it's so heartbreaking. Like, it's so gut-wrenching, because he's a good man, as the secretary kept saying. But it's like, he's worked so hard for so long and just getting shit on for his entire life. And that's the turnaround. And I mean, they said that in, like, I think it was the first episode, where he says thank you for the opportunity. And the prime minister's like, I just put you in the front lines. You'll be the first to fall. I don't care. And you can kind of see right there where they don't appreciate him. They're just using him. And I mean, like, I worked retail for 15 years, which, not to compare it to, like, killing your own kids, but, like, I mean, I've seen that where people just get used and used and used until they're done, and they leave. And of course, as soon as that happens, the person in charge is like, what? Why? And so it was so sad to just watch him go up the stairs with the gun. Like, it was so heartbreaking. And even in that moment, you're like, okay, this is done. Like, let's just finish this and we'll be done with it. And sure enough, sucker punch from the back, where, I mean, it's not really spoilers at this point, it's like 10 years old, where Jack figures out how to, like, use their own technology against them or some bullshit, but he needs the right frequency, and the only 456 frequency, you need to use a child. The only child within use is his own grandson, and he actually murders his own grandson to, like, kill off the 456 to get rid of him. And, like, just to watch, I mean, like, John Barrymore did so good, like, just, like, being in pain, but the actress that plays his daughter is phenomenal. Like, she's so just broken, because her son was just murdered by his grandpa. It's just, oh, God, it's so heartbreaking, and it's so wrenching. This episode just killed me. Like, this whole season just decimated me. It was so sad. So, I don't even know. This whole season is so much different than seasons 1 and 2. So much different. And, I mean, I loved it. I think it's absolutely great. Whereas, like, the first 2 seasons were so episodic, and this is, like, 5 episodes. It's a nice, tight story, and you're done. Like, I mean, I want a little bit more, like, backstory for the 456. Like, I want to know more, something like that. And you don't get anything. It's just a whole story of just getting kicked in the teeth, and it's sad. So, I mean, that's realistically all I got. It's not for the faint of heart. Like, this story, this whole season, twisted more than I expected. Just the death of Yanto alone. I don't want to watch season 4 anymore. Like, I'm just kind of burnt. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. For those who did watch it, what did you think about it? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.